Good morning, students. Today we will start with the new chapter, that is cell, the fundamental unit of life. In the previous class, we have discussed about the unicellular organism and a multicellular organism. We all know that all living organisms are composed of one or more cells. So, accordingly, they are grouped into two categories that we have discussed right now, that is unicellular organism and a multicellular organism. If we define this thing, so unicellular organisms are the organism in which single cell perform functions as an entire organism. For example, bacteria, amoeba, paramecium, etc. And if we talk about the multicellular organism, there are many cells perform group together and acquire functions to form various body parts. For example, fungi, plants and animals and multicellular organisms. These are all multicellular organisms. Now the question arises that why do all these organisms have cell? So the answer to the question is that all living organisms perform various metabolic reactions to sustain life. They act as a supporting chambers and provide them such a special balanced environment. For example, cells perform basic functions such as respiration, obtaining nutrition, clearing of waste material, forming new proteins, etc. Thus, we can conclude that the cell is the basic functional unit of a living organism. In this chapter, we will study about the discovery and the history of a cell. Secondly, we will talk about the unicellular and the multicellular organism. Thirdly, we will discuss about the prokaryotic versus eukaryotic cells. Fourth, structure of a typical eukaryotic cell. Fifth, plasma membrane. In plasma membrane, we will discuss about the molecular structure, functions, passive transport, active transport, bulk transport of the material across plasma membrane. Sixth, cell wall. Seventh, nucleus. Eighth, cytoplasm. In cytoplasm, we will discuss about the cytosol, cell organelles and cell inclusions. So now, we will discuss about our first topic, that is discovery and the history of cell. The cell was first introduced by Robert Hooke in his book Micrographia, that was published in 1665. He examined the thin slices of cork under his self-designed primitive microscope. If we talk about the slices of cork, what is cork? Cork is a substance obtained from the bark of a Spanish oak tree, that is Quercus. Cork resembles the structure of honeycomb shaped, which consists of a tiny compartments. He also saw dead cells of plant, that was dead cells in plant is cell wall, right, which look like empty rooms. These empty rooms has lost their living content, that is the cytoplasm, we can say, and he called these small rooms as a cellulae, now termed as cells. Now what do you mean by cellulae? Cellulae is a Latin word which means little rooms. We have discussed about our first scientist, that was Robert Hooke. Now the second one is Antony von Leeuwenhoek. He designed improved microscope. He also described for the first time free living cells, that was bacteria, and later he described protozoans, RBC and human sperm cells. After Antony von Leeuwenhoek, one more scientist was there, that was Robert Brown. He was a Scotch botanist. He discovered nucleus in orchid root cells. So he discovered nucleus from orchid root cells. He found that cells were surrounded by a limiting structure, the cell membrane. Our next scientist is Dujardin. He was French zoologist. He discovered semi-fluid living material in certain protozoans and he named it as a sarcode. The material which is present in protozoan is named as sarcode. We will not call that cytoplasm or anything else. We will always name as a sarcode. After this, Our next scientist is M.J. Shaladin and T. Shawan. Shaladin announced that all plants were composed of cells in 1838, and in 1839 Shawan stated that animals were formed of cells. Shaladin explained the structure of plants and Shawan explained this animal that it is formed of cells. They both found that except cell wall, animal cell more or less resembled the plant cell in having a nucleus located in a clear substance bounded by a cell membrane. This means that cell wall को छोड़ के जो animal cell है वो resemble करता है to the plant cells as it is also having a nucleus. In animal cell जो nucleus होता है वो बेटा सेंटर में होता है, इट इज़ सेंट्रली लोकेटेड, बट जो प्लांट्स में होता है वो वैक्यूल की वजह से पेरिफेरी की तरफ शिफ्ट हो जाता है, मतलब साइड में शिफ्ट हो जाता है न्यूक्लियस. ओके, सो ऑल दिस थिंग्स आर क्लियर बाय शैलेडिन एंड शावन. दिस फाइंडिंग्स फॉर्म द बेसिस ऑफ द सेल थ्योरी. Our next scientist is Ernst Haeckel. He reported that nucleus stores and transmits hereditary information. If we talk about the hereditary information, it is DNA. We all know the full form of the DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid. Our next scientist is Nolan Ruska, that is in 1940. He discovered electron microscope. Electron microscope made possible for us to observe and understand the complex structure of cell and cell organelle. From the starting, we are discussing about the cell. Cell is like that of atom. If we talk about the atom, many atoms join together to form a molecule, right? So, cell is like that only. If we talk about the single cell, many cells will form together to form a tissue. Then tissue will form organ, then organ will form organ system, then organ system will form a body. So cell may or may not have a cell wall, thus the term cell is a misnomer. If we talk about the meaning of misnomer means something else, but its use is inaccurate and not suitable. The term cell actually means hollow chamber, but we know that the cell isn't hollow. The cell contains various cell organelles, cytoplasm, etc. It is not hollow, empty, but have many organelles, and there are various enzymes and various functions are taking place in the. In starting, we have discussed about the two scientists, that was Shaladin and Shawan. They both were considered as a foundation of a modern biology. They both give modern cell theory, or we can say cell doctrine. This cell theory postulates that first, all living things are made up of cells. We all know this thing, right? That all living things are made up of cells. Second, the cell is the structural and functional unit of living things. We have discussed this earlier also, that cell is a structural and a functional unit of life. Third, all cells come from pre-existing cells. Now, this statement is like that whenever sperm fuses and ovum, जब भी कभी फ्यूजन होगा एग का स्पर्म के साथ, तो क्या बनता है? जाइगोट. पता है ये हमें. और जाइगोट कैसा है बेटा? डिप्लॉयड है. एक डिप्लॉयड सेल बनता है. तो ये एक सेल होती है पहले, तब जाकर एक फुली फॉर्म्ड बेबी हमें मिलता है, राइट? सो ये स्टेटमेंट ये क्लियर करता है दैट ऑल सेल्स कम फ्रॉम प्री एग्जिस्टिंग सेल्स. फोर्थ वन इज सेल कंटेन हेरिडिटरी इंफॉर्मेशन विच इज़ पास्ड फ्रॉम सेल टू सेल ड्यूरिंग सेल डिवीजन. जब भी सेल डिवीजन होता है तो क्रोमोज़ोम नंबर पास ऑन होते जाते हैं. क्रोमोज़ोम्स जो डीएनए होता है हमारा वो पास होता है, ठीक है. नाउ the fifth one is that all cells are basically the same in chemical composition. जितनी भी सेल रहेंगी वो बेसिकली कैसी रहेंगी? सेम रहेंगी. उनका केमिकल कंपोजिशन सेम होगा. जैसे कि हम प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन की बात करते हैं, वो बना हुआ है लिपिड्स का, फॉस्फोलिपिड्स का बना हुआ है। तो जितनी भी सेल्स होंगी उनकी जो भी स्ट्रक्चर होगा वो सब क्या रहेगा, केमिकल, सॉरी नॉट स्ट्रक्चर, दैट इज़ अ बेसिक कंपोजिशन विल बी द सेम। एंड द लास्ट इज ऑल एनर्जी फ्लो, दैट इज़ मेटाबॉलिज्म एंड बायोकेमिस्ट्री ऑफ लाइफ अकर्स विद इन द सेल। जितना भी मेटाबॉलिज्म होना है, अगर हम बात करें मेटाबॉलिज्म की, तो मेटाबॉलिज्म में दो प्रोसेसेस होती हैं, एक होता है कैटाबॉलिज्म और दूसरा होता है एनाबॉलिज्म। एनाबॉलिज्म मतलब कुछ चीज़ों को लेके, जोड़ के कुछ चीज़ों को लेके नई चीज़ बनाना, जैसे कि फोटोसिंथेसिस। फोटोसिंथेसिस में हम लोग रॉ मटेरियल्स लेते हैं। रॉ मटेरियल्स कैसे होंगे हमारे, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, वाटर, सनलाइट, क्लोरोफिल, ये सब मिल के बेटा क्या बना रहे हैं, ग्लूकोज बनाते हैं एंड रिलीजेस ऑक्सीजन। So this is an example of a process of anabolism. If we talk about the catabolism process, catabolism मतलब किसी भी चीज़ को तोड़ना, किसी भी चीज़ को तोड़ना और उससे एनर्जी लेना। जब भी हम फूड खाते हैं तो क्या करते हैं, उसको छोटे छोटे स्मॉलर, एक लार्ज मॉलिक्यूल को हम स्मॉलर मॉलिक्यूल्स में ब्रेक डाउन करते हैं टू गेट एनर्जी फ्रॉम इट, राइट? सो आई थिंक यू हैव अंडरस्टूड द मेटाबॉलिज्म process also. So these were the cell theory postulates which you have to learn, and it's very important for you, right?